Hey, good morning. Welcome to North Madison Congregational Church. We're singing the Rudder Requiem this morning, and we are going live via Facebook only because we're having some reverb problems with the sound system in the sanctuary. So we hope you find us here, and we hope you have a wonderful worship experience as we engage John Rudder's Requiem and Mary Oliver's poetry. We reflect on where we are as human beings in relationship with creation today and in relationship with ourselves as part of creation. So buckle up and we'll see you soon.
Hey, so I'll keep you abreast of it.
I have to sing a solo.
You can't call what they have over. We're not that fast.
Okay? Yeah. Will you look for me when I have to go? Yeah. Okay. I think it's ready.
Yeah. As I finish saying your presence and our time together, I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna come sit back here, and then you.
I think we're carefully.
This is my son Bear. Yeah.
Julie, look who's here.
Bennett, my nephew. Andy's little boy is right there. Hi, Bennett. Hi, Bennett. Hi, Bennett. I can show you. They're here most of the day. Back in there, my parents had this thing were not there.
That's my brother. In the blue.
Oh my God!
Andrew.
Wow.
And my mom's here.
He's in the room.
I was like, what?
I was just looking here, so I thought you got on Facebook.
Oh, right here in the flesh. This is Andrew. Andrew Heather.
Cool.
Bennett's here. And that's Lila. Their little girl. Mike Andy is Mike here. Well,
Can't socialize.
we made a small account.
We'll take it. Good stuff.
Hi, Lila.
Hi.
What is going on?
Thank you. I turned into a
Well, COVID didn't take that much, but okay, nice to see you.
Yep. You got 2 minutes.
Stay where you are. Please. He told them right not to lift the chair.
Hello, Melissa Clark. We miss you in person, but we're happy you're here virtually.
Oh my God, we're going to be TikTok famous.
Own it.
Charlie D'Amelio.
Yes.
We're a little dramatized.
It got set.
So thank you.
Yeah. It went at like 52, so hopefully it's 8 minutes.
Still fine. I'll be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing our best.
It's really simple. There's no decoration. It just says Facebook is apologies, technical difficulties. Worship is now on Facebook. You know, hop on over that page. So hopefully.
Good morning. Good Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to North Madison Congregational Church, where we say whoever you are and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here this morning. We are live on Facebook. We are experimenting yet with what's going on with our sound system, but I think we got the echo handled, so that's good. I'm Heather Arkovich. I'm pastor here, where we say all of our members are ministers. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm serving this morning with Linda Giuliani, our minister of music and organist on high, and Sue Timothy Hall, who is about to announce that all the kiddos can come downstairs with her right now. So if there's a kiddo in the house and you would like to go for children's church, now is your moment. Have fun, we'll miss you. Enjoy. We'll record the solos. Hilarious. Bye, guys. And the young at heart.
Bye, Arabella. Bye, Jeff.
Okay.
Bye, Jeff.
All right, also we have Mike in back ushing. Thanks, Mike. And we've got, look at this amazing orchestra and choir. Ta-da! And Bill, our choir director. We are ready. All right. So, it is good to be in worship here this morning. So the Rudder Requiem is interesting because John Rudder, it's beautiful, but also he did something that was happening at the time, and he played a little bit with the Requiem concept, adding some pieces from the Book of Common Prayer and from Psalm 23, which he had previously arranged, into his Requiem. And in a similar way, we are playing with the Requiem a little bit by adding in the poetry of Mary Oliver. So between the movements of the piece, we'll have a moment of prose or poetry, and I invite you to reflect on where we are as human beings in the created world these days, right? Sort of a requiem for creation and the relationship that we have had with it in recent generations. So I invite you into that reflection as we go. And I think those were the main things I needed to tell you. So we have a deacon's greeting.
Good morning. So nice to see you all. It's wonderful to be here with you this beautiful Sabbath morning in Lent. My name is Julie Abbott. My pronouns are she and her. We ask that if you would like to sing, you please mask. Otherwise, masks are optional. And just a few announcements this morning. You have 1 week left to sign up for Easter flowers, and that insert is in your bulletin, the lilac sheet. Also, we have moved some of the sign-ups into Fellowship Hall for easier access. So if you could please check those sign-ups for the Easter Vigil, Columbus House, Palm Sunday brunch, and coffee hour and flowers. Your presence enriches our time together. I hope our worship will be meaningful and inspiring to you, and that you leave here transformed and more deeply connected to your own heart, one another, and to our Creator.
Please join me in the gathering prayer. Your part is printed in bold. God is the heart of life.
And we are the heartbeat.
We need not look up to find God.
We need only look around, within ourselves, beyond ourselves, into the eyes of another.
We need not listen for distant thunder to find God.
We need only listen to the music of life, the words of children, the questions of the curious, the rhythm of the heartbeat.
We gather to seek God who inhabits our world and our hearts.
It is good to worship God here together.
Amen. Well, this is the time in our worship service where we settle in, where we shift from the time of the regular week into this sacred Sabbath time. So I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable, or to soften your gaze as we take a deep, slow Sabbath breath in, breathing in loving God, holding that love within you and exhaling, dwell in me. Breathing in, loving God, holding that love within, and exhaling, dwell in me. Loving God, dwell in me. Continue breathing at your own pace, comfortably but intentionally. As we engage our imaginations and imagine the space within us. We are divine vessels, created in God's image, gifted with capacities to interact with the world around us and with the world within our hearts. Imagine that space within you. Imagine it being filled with the divine presence. Imagine what color that presence is, what kind of light it emanates. Imagine yourself being filled. And as you sense this loving divine presence permeating your entire being, take one more slow, deep breath in and exhale, resting in silence and tranquility, listening to God, saying, I am here. Amen. And now those who are comfortably able may rise and sing if you are masked. Otherwise, rise in spirit. Number 265. There is no verse 5, so we'll do 1, 3, and 4.
Now is the time we share our joys and concerns. I'll start with a few concerns. Prayers for the people of Haiti without a government and the goings-on in Central America. A joy, my sweet Ellie turns 14 this week. From Eli. My sweet Eli turns 14 this week. From Jen Boyer. And a joy from Mike DeGiorgio, a joy to have my mom, sister, and friend here today. Otherwise, a personal joy, just to let you know what's coming up is a very special presentation. And there's some days, at least for me in this church, that the presence of him and her and all the above is here in our sanctuary, and I hope you enjoy it today.
Thank you, Deacon Half. Let's unite our hearts and continue in prayer. Holy One, for these prayers that we have lifted up and for those we hold quietly and tenderly in our hearts, we ask your care. For the blessing of this choir and our capacity to engage, receive, and participate in making music, we thank you. For this world that we inhabit, for the time that we are here, for the space that we call life, we thank you. For the mystery of participating as life forms that are said to bear your resemblance. We thank you. And we ask this morning, God, that in all the ways we do live, each of us and all of us as a gathered community, you would bless us and fill us to represent your image in the most beautiful, gentlest, wisest, kindest ways we each are designed to be able to do. Help us, O God, to find you as we look deeply within ourselves, to find eternity when we look deeply within our own finite humanity, to find beauty even when we look into the shadows of our own lives, and to find trust as the deepest, most courageous, most reliable vehicle to carry us along the way. We pray all these things with grateful hearts in Jesus' name, remembering the prayer that he taught us, praying, Our Father and Mother in God, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Our first reading this morning from Mary Oliver is prose. It's excerpted from Upstream Selected Essays, published in 2016. One tree is like another tree, but not too much. One tulip is like the next tulip, but not altogether. More or less like people, a general outline. Then the stunning individual strokes. Hello, Tom. Hello, Andy. Hello, Archibald, Violet, and Clarissa Bluebell. Hello, Lillian, Willow, and Noah. That oak tree I have hugged and kissed every first day of spring for the last 30 years, and in reply, its thousands of leaves that tremble. what a life is ours. Doesn't anybody in the world anymore want to get up in the middle of the night and sing? In the beginning, I was so young and such a stranger to myself, I hardly existed. I had to go out into the world and see it, and hear it, and react to it, before I knew at all who I was, what I wanted to be. Wordsworth studied himself and found the subject astonishing. Actually, what he studied was his relationship to the harmonies and also the discords of the natural world. That's what created his excitement. I walk all day across the heaven-verging field. I walked all one spring day upstream, sometimes in the midst of the ripples, sometimes along the shore. My company were violets, Dutchman's breeches, spring beauties, trilliums, bloodroot, ferns rising so curled one could feel the upward push of the delicate hairs on their bodies. My parents were downstream, not far away, then further, because I was walking in the wrong direction. Upstream. I was walking upstream instead of downstream. Finally, I was advertised on the hotline of help, and yet there I was, slopping along happily in the stream's coolness. So maybe it was the right way after all. If this was lost, let us all be lost, always. The beech leaves were just slipping their copper coats, pale green and quivering. They arrived into the year. My heart opened and opened again. The sense of going toward the source. Do you think there is anything not attached by its unbreakable cord to everything? Do you know anything about where you live, what it offers? Have you ever said, "Sir Bear, teach me. I am a customer of death coming, and would give you a pot of honey and my house on the western hills to know what you know"? Understand from the first this certainty. Butterflies don't write books, neither do lilies or violets, which doesn't mean they don't know in their own way what they are. That they don't know they are alive. That they don't feel that action upon which all consciousness sits, lightly or heavily. Humility is the prize of the leaf world. Vainglory is the bane of us, the humans. Sometimes the desire to be lost again, as long ago, comes over me like a vapor. With growth into adulthood, responsibilities claimed me. So many heavy coats. I didn't choose them, I don't fault them, but it took time to reject them. Now in the spring, I kneel. I put my face into the packets of violets, the dampness, the freshness, the sense of everness. Something is wrong, I know it, if I don't keep my attention on eternity. Teach the children. Attention is the beginning of devotion. My voice goes after what my eyes cannot reach. The moth and the fish eggs are in their place. The suns I see and the suns I cannot see are in their place. The palpable is in its place, and the impalpable is in its place. Do you guess I have some intricate purpose? Well, I have. For the April rain has, and the mica on the side of a rock has. The poem, and the song is a temple, or a green field, or a place to enter. It's a place to enter and in which to feel. Only in a secondary way is it an intellectual thing, wonderful as that part of it is. I learned that the poem, the song, was made not just to exist, but to speak, to be company. It was everything that was needed when everything was needed. I believe everything has a soul. You do not have to be good. You don't have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, The sun and clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. made the world? Who made the swan? The black bear? Who made the grasshopper? I mean, the grasshopper. The one who's flung herself out of the grass. The one who's eating sugar out of my hand. Who's moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down. Who's gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now, she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now, she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last, and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? when death comes, like the hungry bear in autumn, when death comes and takes all the bright coins from his purse to buy me, and snaps the purse shut. When death comes, like the measlepox, when death comes like an iceberg between the shoulder blades, I want to step through the door full of curiosity, wondering, what is it going to be like, that cottage of darkness? And therefore, I look upon everything as a siblinghood. And I look upon time as no more than an idea. And I consider eternity as another possibility. And I think of each life as a flower, as common as a field daisy, and as singular. And each name, a comfortable music in the mouth, tending, as all music does, toward silence. And each body, a lion of courage, and something precious to the earth. When it's over, I want to say, all my life I was a bride married to amazement. I was the bridegroom, taking the world into my arms. When it's over, I don't want to wonder if I have made of my life something particular and real. I don't want to find myself sighing and frightened or full of argument. I don't want to end up simply having visited this world. It's our tradition at the end of worship to remain in the sanctuary and applaud after the postlude, but our musicians have asked that in keeping with the spirit of this morning's offering, during the postlude we proceed into Fellowship Hall, which we're now calling Friendship Hall. We're trying it on for a special coffee hour and time together, which you can greet our musicians and our singers, and we can celebrate and sing Shalom in there together. So my friends, may God bless you and keep you. May God make God's face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift up the light of God's eternal countenance upon you and give you peace. From this day forth and forevermore. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, do that.
ill only. So at least that's my
Blessings on the day. Thanks for being with us. Blessings. See you soon.